Reverend Misa, you've committed your life to awakening through the sacred feminine. What exactly does the sacred feminine mean?
Isn't that the great question? You know, we say it means beingness, but what does that mean? Or yin, what does that mean? What does it feel like in my body, in my spirit? Isn't that really the question? Yeah, it really is the primordial womb of all life. This is the vast darkness like the night sky. And life is like all of those stars in the sky. So there are endless possibilities that are held in the vastness of the womb. And in that womb there is endless capacity for love. This is where life emerges. It emerges from that primordial womb. That is, in its essence, the sacred feminine.
And you've said that the sacred feminine is important to the evolution of our species.
Oh, absolutely. It's been missing. That ability to acknowledge another in compassion rather than in resistance. You know, the minute that we step back from resistance and enter into compassion, we evolve differently. Our consciousness evolves differently.
You've said that in your healing and visions that you've actually been guided into the womb or the sacred feminine. Would you talk about that?
Absolutely. When I was in Egypt, I had a very profound experience, almost 24 hours of being completely the sacred feminine. So when I talk about that womb and the sense of tremendous compassion and capacity to hold all of life and all potential for life, it's because it was every cell of my body. Every cell of my body was vibrating that reality. The same with the sacred masculine. You know, I have had visions of and then experienced myself being that white light racing out from the primordial womb. So the waves of sound expressing life, expressing itself, and then emerging as light in that complete state of bliss and joy and overflowing in the expression of life itself, which I call the sacred masculine. So I've experienced both of those profound states of beingness.
You were given a sacred native ceremonial bowl that's been at the center of the practices that have helped you and others really experience the nature of the sacred feminine. Would you share what you've learned?
I think the most important piece is that the beingness and the expression of life can and do exist beautifully together. And that the piece that is often missing for many of us is the sense of the sacred feminine, the ability to hold our own emotions and our feelings in compassion, because they too are doorways to the divine. So it's been a marvelous practice of becoming compassion in every way, in every part of our lives.
And you've said if we linger in anger will never be liberated.
That's right.
Yeah. Misa, what calls us to explore the sacred feminine within us?
Well, certainly, as we've talked about the evolution of us as a species, we can sense that there's something missing, and it's been the sacred feminine that's been missing on this planet, certainly for at least 2,000 years, and by many estimates longer. There is also our past lives, our karmic sense about bringing ourselves into balance in this lifetime. That's very important. We also have bloodlines that may be calling us. For example, my native bloodline called me, which came from a matriarchal tribe. So there I was, right in the sacred feminine. And my dreams and visions also tell me that I'm from the bloodline of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, where there has been tremendous denial of the sacred feminine. And of course, there was a great hunger in me to explore the concept of the chalice. What is the Holy Grail? What is this vessel we're talking about? Well, to my delight, my discovery has been that it is this sacred womb. So we are called in many ways, from many bloodlines, from many lives, from many traditions, and they're all paths that lead to the divine. So they're all sacred bloodlines, aren't they? And they're all sacred callings.
And when it comes to sacred work, much of what you and others at the New Dream Foundation offer is based in Native tradition. How exclusive is that? Do you have to be a Native? Do you have to be a woman? How does that work?
Well, it's not an exclusive club. It is open to men and women and to people of all spiritual traditions and cultures. We don't discriminate by faith in that way. we just ask you to come with an open heart.
Mm.
Because these are the ceremonies I was taught. That's how I apprenticed. This is what was given to me, so it is what I have to share. It's the doorway that I get to offer. So, but that said, there are ceremonies, yes, specifically for women, but most of them are for men and women, and even for children. And our spiritual classes, for the most part, are not based in any given tradition.
Great. Misa, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.